Welcome to another video, and I'm here in West Bromwich, a walk with Phil. Where I am today is in the new square, and there's a guy just in front of me, a security guy, who's actually told me to move from where he's standing now to move here by the bollards. Most unusual. Anyway, I've acceded to his request, and what I want you to do now is to try to imagine what New Street used to be like. We used to have the street here, New Street, if you can look down there where St Michael's Church is, just kind of round there. That's the beginning of New Street, and this street used to take us all the way up to where Costa Coffee is and beyond, and that was an area which used to run right through to Dartmouth Park. It was a very famous street. And what we have in New Street in those days, in the 1970s, if you can imagine, that where we are with Nando's just over there, it would have been Derby's, the photography shop. Next to that would have been Robinson's, the bakers, taken over by Firkins in the 80s. Really closed down in the 80s. Next to that, West Bromwich Police Station. Over the road this side would have been Hilti, an industry, a post office, an angling shop on the corner of Alfred Street in West Bromwich, and then a vet's on the corner of there, Bagnall's, a hardware store, and that's where New Street would end because the expressway cut through it in 1973. So yeah, there we go. So that's New Street for you. But what I'm going to do now, folks, is I'm going to take you along New Street, the rest of New Street this way, and down towards St Michael Street. Okay, folks, so here we are in New Street. The last bit of what New Street is. It used to be quite a long road. As I said, it used to go all the way up down to Dartmouth Park, but the expressway cut through all that and cut New Street adrift, really. And there's not much of the old New Street left at all. I'm just trying to picture here, if you can. On this site here used to be Palais de Danse, set up in the 1920s, and after the Second World War it was called the Adelphi. Who remembers the Adelphi? Mention it in the comment section below if you do. But yeah, I think the Beatles actually appeared here as well. Yeah, the Beatles. And but there was a fire in May of 1971 that burnt it down, and it was left derelict for quite some time, and before you can now see new office blocks built here, and yeah, all gone. Okay, so we'll take a little bit of walk down here, and you can see on the left here is still the art centre. This is now all pedestrianised excepting for the bus lanes. That's the buses going up and down here. Now here, you remember this place? This place was Dickens the Sports Shop. Dickens Sports Shop, yeah, and you can just see a little bust up the top there. I don't know what the bust is about, but Pepe's Piri Piri used to be Dickens Sports Shop. Had a presence in West Bromwich New Street for well over 100 years until it finally closed in 1986. Dickens Sports Shop, yeah. Okay, new building here on the left. Once on the corner used to be Bell & Jones, the photographic shop and chemist, before they moved into Queen Street Shopping Centre. There you go, there's the sign that says New Street Shopping Centre. I'm just going past the Sandwell Inn. Used to be it is a pub, but it used to be painted pink, and it was called the Goose and Granite. Yeah, the Goose and Granite. Who remembers that? Okay. There's St Michael Street ahead. What I'm going to do now, I'm just going to cross this road into St Michael Street. Now I'm now in St Michael Street here in West Bromwich, in their famous St Michael Church. Is one of the landmarks of the High Street. The steeple was built around about the 1905, something like that. But the church itself goes back to early 1820s, 1830s. Yeah. And there's a few of these little stands littered around West Bromwich of late, giving you some of the history of West Bromwich. I can see in the corner of New Street there, that used to be something called Barclays, and it wasn't the bank, I don't think. Yeah. And over the corner, over the road there, if you can see, it's the billiard hall. The billiard hall that used to be a Wetherspoons pub, and now it's in private hands now after Wetherspoons closed down this pub. And the billiard hall's been there since about 1913. And who remembers playing in the billiard hall? There was an old lady who used to keep it. You used to go crazy if you went over your allotted time. You used to flash the light above the snooker table to tell you to get off. Your time is up. And you used to get a stinging rebuke when you handed the balls and the cues in. Yeah, who remembers that? Anyway, that's the billiard hall for you. Still standing. Good to see it's still standing. Okay, now folks, now left here, where this car's just turned in, that would have been, you'll never know this because I don't know it now, but this used to be Paradise Street, and it cut through this bus station, and yeah, through the King's Cinema you can see in the distance, which was a cinema and not anymore. And just as a note, just as a side note, which I didn't mention when I was there just in New Street, where the art centre was, that was the old bus station. Before it was the art centre, yeah, just come to me there. And now this is where the new bus station is now built, is now based. And yeah, what I'll do is I'll just have a cross the road here. Now on this side of the road of St Michael Street is some of the old shops still standing. And one of these, I think this was like a mobile. I think this used to be something called Cammy's. Who remembers Cammy's? You used to have your hair cut in there. Cammy's, very famous. Used to make wigs and stuff like that back in the day. Yeah, his funeral directors on the right. Yeah, Cammy's are long gone. Long gone. Hairdressing shop. Quite a few hairdressing shops in West Bromwich of late. The pawnbrokers. And here it is on this corner here, on the corner of St Michael Street and Price Street, was a pub called the Woodman Corner. Yeah, the Woodman Corner. And before that, I think it was called Busby's. A bit of a nightclub. Yeah, it was a bit of a nightclub. There's always trouble in there, I believe. Police was called there regularly before it closed down. It became the Woodman Corner, and it's been the Woodman Corner. It's been closed. The Woodman Corner's been closed down for years. For years. Okay, folks. So I'm now on Moore Street, and I'll just have a look over there where Price Street is and the Woodman Corner. And this road here is West Bromwich Linkway, and there's the bus station with its unusual ice cream cone icon. Yeah. And as I say, where the bus station was, that was a road that would cut through there, and all those buildings over there would have been Paradise Street with all its shops, theatres, fire stations, public houses, all got flattened, all got demolished for the sake of some regeneration that now they kind of regret doing. In the latest reports from West Bromwich Council, they're going to do a lot of work around there and hopefully bring back Paradise Street. Yeah, okay, so we'll go along here, across here, Moore Street. Below me is the Midland Metro that goes from Wolverhampton to Birmingham. Ahead of me is the West Bromwich Police Station, which I mentioned earlier used to be in New Street. Yeah, New Street, which we've just come from, and there's not much of New Street left anymore. Okay, we're nearing an area called Ling Lane. The Ling. And this is Ling Lane. Which has also undergone a lot of extensive renovation, regeneration. And before the West Bromwich Police Station here, all along this particular area, right from this barrier here and all along here, used to be a company called EMB. They used to make brakes. Yeah, used to make brakes for cars, vehicles, you know, that sort of thing. EMBs. Who remembers working at who remembers seeing EMB along here? Yeah. This is some kind of medical centre. Okay. Blowy today. There's a few shops here on the left now. There's West Bromwich Pharmacy. There's a chicken shop, takeaway, Londis, small grocery store. Yeah, it's all been regenerated this side now on the left. And on my right here, this little white building. Yeah, I believe it used to be a pub. It used to be called the Leopard, I think. The Leopard. And from the Leopard, all along here, yeah, it used to be that company called EMB, what I was talking about earlier. Yeah. Yeah, I think they used to be called the Leopard Pub. I think it was a bit bigger than that. A bit wider across, but can't be sure. Still in Moore Street. Yeah, still in Moore Street. And Bowater Street there, and Frank Fisher Way here on my left. Lots of new builds down there. Yeah, this is the Ling Estate on my left now, and you can see it's all very modern, all very new. Lots of solar panels around as well, I noticed when I was driving around not so long ago. Yeah. And just there ahead of me, on the right, is the new West Bromwich Leisure Centre, which was built because they knocked down the Gala Baths in West Bromwich many years ago, and that new build over there, that leisure centre, was its replacement. Okay, so we'll wrap it up, folks. If you like the video, hit the like button and hit subscribe and hit the notification bell for new and updated videos, which I will be uploading on a regular basis. So We'll leave it at that, and I'll see you on the next one.